Hi and welcome to this video on the new moon partial solar eclipse on July the 12th 2018. Now it's going to occur at the 20th degree of Cancer, 20th.41 to be precise. So to begin with, Chiron went into Aries on the 5th of July. So as you know, Chiron is the planet of our deepest wounds, and it depends on where Chiron is in your natal chart onto how this will personally affect you. But essentially Chiron in Aries is calling on us to heal the deep wounds we have in ourselves in regards to our ego and what we can realistically expect from others, because we must understand that what occurs outside is a mirror to what's gone on the inside, or what's gone on within our souls over, you know, the many reincarnations that we have. So what shows up in our external world always mirrors within. So basically, Chiron in Aries in the I am, the first sign, so to speak, is asking us to have a deep look into ourselves. It's a big reality check for all of the zodiac. Globally, we are going to see ego-centered behavior decline more. People are going to stop worshipping that whole egotistical sort of energy. There's going to be more humanitarian pursuits occurring. It's going to affect each person differently, this transit with Chiron, but we're going to see a lot more people speaking over the major period of Uranus being in Taurus for the next 8 years anyway. More people going to speak out about their wounds, and the focus will shift to action and change. People are going to want to see change, and you know, people are going to get tired of the talking. They want to see actual change, because loads of people are going to come out about their wounds and realise that their emotions have been blocked, and that something needs to be done with the various social issues, especially issues like sexual abuse, childhood abuse and so forth. So the new moon partial solar eclipse is going to occur on the 20th.4 degree of Cancer. Now Dane Radar, who's passed on now but he's an astrologer, he interpreted the same degree of 20th degree Cancer of one that's going to bring about happiness, social integration, wholeness and unity, which goes into, you know, the Uranus in Taurus transit. But this is a very, very powerful new moon partial solar eclipse when we move on to the full moon in Capricorn that's coming on 2 weeks after that. So we're going through a very, very, very powerful period of change globally. So we may see a report of some major global change for the better on this day. On the personal level, you can use this day, this energy, to reflect on your past, knowing that you can change if you really want to. This is a chance for everybody who wants to tap into the energy, because remember, planetary movements are happening 24/7. Astrology is just not about big transits. Astrology is about every hour of the day. The moon switches signs every 2.5 days, you know. The planets are always moving, shifting from the degree to degree. So we're going to see an upsurge of people wanting to work with the natural resources of nature and appreciating that missing link, that void they've been feeling inside has been, you know, the longing for nature. So it, you know, it's a chance for people to set themselves on all three levels, their mind, body and soul, you know, so that each person can take the mud off their wings, you know, let go of their past experiences and allow themselves, you know, to transform into the ever expanding lotus flower we were all intended to be. So yeah, this new moon is wanting us to shift into a period of self-acceptance, learning to accept yourself in your entirety, your shadow and your light. You know, this is a start of, this eclipse is the start of a 9-week intense period. So it's really going to be a summer of intensity and feeling on the Cancer Capricorn, on the Cancer Capricorn axis. It's forming a beautiful marriage of sorts, you know. It's wanting us to balance our material with our feeling, not to let the feelings overrun and mess up the things that we have to practically do day in day out, because each person has their own personal responsibilities, their own soul karma to transcend, and we should never forget that. So it's going to be a kind of like a summer of intensity, because as we know, Mars is in the detached Aquarius and it's kind of squaring Uranus in Taurus, and this is going to be happening right up into October. So please try and think before you act all over the summer. Try not to raise the debate over this period, because it's going to be a very inflamed summer. So yeah, if you suffer from anger issues, try and practice techniques to calm it, you know, like Tai Chi. And I know you're saying Tai Chi or a bit of meditation, but please, please, please bear this in mind, because Mars is in a very detached sign and it's squaring Uranus in Taurus. So it's basically doing that because we're moving into a sort of, you know, Aquarius air intellectual for feeling period out of the age of emotions, which was Pisces anyway. Yeah, just try and stay calm. Try not to get into any races, especially when you're driving or at any sporting events or anything like that, nights out. Just try and take the high road and try not to throw your dummy out of the pram, so to speak. Some of you during this period may feel the urge to cut off family, friends, leave things behind that have been repressing you unexpectedly. It may come unexpected to you, and it may come unexpectedly to you, this need of urge of yours to want to break away. So yeah, like the Celine Dion, like Celine Dion sang, you better think twice before you act over the next 3 months. Some of you may have you know, experienced some kind of period where you just start to see things for what they are. The rose-coloured spectacles may come off for some of you, and you may just see the world in a new light. But don't react, you know, like by, you know, sometimes when we get new information we can want to scream from the rooftops and get angry about it. But it be in your best interest to not, you know, F up your life by mouthing off sort of thing, you know. As I said, try and keep in balance and keep it in check. I'll acknowledge the situation, acknowledge that, you know, you see the situation or people for what they are, but just walk away, because with some people, they thrive off drama. Drama is their food, just remember that. So when you're confronting them, really you're just feeding them their source of energy and what they want and need to survive. So yeah, I highly suggest that you take up some meditation, as I said earlier, or some relaxation this summer, you know, so that you're in a state of tranquility all the time within you. So if something pisses you off, you know, you're not going to race to it. You know, if you're agitated inside, when someone does something to you, it is going to like get to you. So just try and, you know, do the things, you know, it doesn't have to be meditation. Do the things that allow you to chill out this summer, especially because it is a hot one, especially in the UK, you know. So yeah, Mars energy is retrograde in Aquarius. So the fixed signs, Scorpio, Aquarius and Taurus and Leo, or if you've got any major planets in those, or if any of those rule your chart, try and allow yourself to change with the rhythms of time, you know, because, you know, it's fixed energy and it's in retrograde, so you may not want to go with the change that Uranus in Taurus or the new moon in Capricorn's trying to bring in. So yeah, you may not want to walk away from restraints, you know, or you may do, you know, but no, people always have something to say when you want to walk away to a new life, you know. So just try and just do you, you know. You try not to hold on to your old life if you really need to let it go. Just tune into you and face the resistance. The key here is for you to use Uranus and Neptune and Chiron. That's all in the first house in the UK at the time of this transit. So use all those energies to uplift your vibration, so to speak. So yeah, we've got kind of like Pisces in Neptune, so it's kind of like a grand sort of like water trine that's happening. So the keynotes of this new moon is intuition. Let your intuition lead you to the things that can help you reprogram your subconscious mind, you know, to bring about a better life for you, because you have to remember a lot of us have been programmed to think certain ways, and that blocks our natural natal energy. This is why I'm so much into astrology, and the way that I read very practical. I look at a person's placements and I'm like, how can you best use your energy to navigate through life? And I also recommend that each person becomes best friend with their own intuition, because when you are in tune with that, it can really help you navigate through life. So people, what you need to do is start to, you know, take care of your emotional wounds. A lot of people are going to start doing that. If you feel the calling to, please do. People will focusing on their personal identity. They're going to start seeing like, who am I? And seeing that they're not who they've been told. People are going to want to start expressing themselves fearlessly. People are going to want to start expressing themselves fearlessly. So on a personal level, we have to start looking at the ways how we can transform the way we deal with the subconscious mind. It's like this grand water trine that's flowing down the intuition, the subconscious realms to us through Neptune, through Jupiter. We're getting higher wisdom. People, individuals are going to be able to tap in and to expand their personal identity, and the sun in Cancer is really throwing that sunlight on, you know, our emotional needs, and the fact that, you know, we need to start looking after them, because the earth is changing and will forever be changing. As I said before, it's the first of the 3 powerful eclipses on the Cancer Capricorn axis, right up into 2020. So yeah, Pluto is in the midst of this eclipse, so it really is a chance to connect deeply with your emotions. We have Pluto in Capricorn, so, you know, giving us that grounded sort of energy, you know, that grounded transformation that we all need, that inner work, that enterprising cardinal energy, you know, keeping us fit on wanting to change our material realm, but seeing that our emotional realm has to be controlled in order to correctly manifest on the physical realm. So yeah, anyone with a Scorpio moon, sun rising or Pluto ruling their chart will feel it more intensely as well, especially the shamans among the bunch. So this new moon eclipse will lead to a greater awakening process if you want to tune into the energies. Reclaim your power, speak your mind, burn old bridges, and rise out of the Axis Phoenix. Rise up in your Christ consciousness and the Earth Mother vibrations, because that's another thing that's happening. It's going to be the marrying of, you know, Uranus and Taurus, you know, the higher and the lower the Christ consciousness meets the mother vibrations, giving the nurturing and security that we need, helping us find our balance between the material, our financial needs, and our emotional needs, our mind, body and soul. We're going to see an upsurge of people starting to honour, accept and respect their emotions. The rise of divine feminine energy in both males and females is going to occur. I'm going to do videos on that as well, because this video is getting a bit long, so I'm wanting to wrap this up. So yeah, you know, I believe that each person possess both masculine and feminine energy, and the trick is to balance both of these in us, the yin and the yang. The yin and the yang, you know, not being scared of our masculine energy, not being scared, you know, of our feminine energy, but embracing both, and using our yang energy to make sure that people do not violate us, or we do speak out about the things that hurt us, you know. And when I say do make sure people don't violate us, I don't mean going out there, like I said, Mars being in Aquarius, going out there starting fights, being like, oh, you've been hurting me all these years, you know. Like I said, to some, drama is food. So sometimes the best thing is someone's treating you in a certain way and they haven't broken out of that pattern, they're going to continue that pattern, so you have to break the pattern. That's how it goes. That's how I had to do that in my own personal life. I know it is hard, but it's the only thing that can be done, sort of thing. So we're going to see, you know, individuals wanting to step into the divine expressions, their personal divine expressions, leaving behind the physical expression, their base lower nature. People are going to start seeing that love cannot be bought, and there can never be any true wealth in the world where there's extreme poverty. You're going to see that, you know, wealth is not real when there's extreme poverty and the mental, spiritual and emotional level. So people are going to start seeing oneness, acknowledging the duality in each individual and embracing that, embracing the differences in individuals as well. People are going to start understanding the polarities, as in the difference, as in people are going to start uniting with the people that they resonate with. And, you know, it's about fostering tolerance. We don't all need to get along. We've all got, astrology shows us we've all got different temperaments, but it's all about, you know, finding that balance and having that respect for each other. So so the cosmos wants people to start becoming more focused on their self-discipline in their values, identity and ways of relating with themselves and others. The cosmos really wants humanity to start thinking about the relationships they have with Mama Earth itself. I mean, how can we destroy the very thing we need to survive on the planet? The oxygen and the other abundance Mama Earth and the universe provides us. You know, so people are going to start wanting to do some deep healing work within themselves. Earth work, as in, you know, looking at the earth resources and wanting to allocate them equally. Going to see rise more and more of home allotments, people starting wanting to grow their own health remedies and seeing the great benefits of, you know, having some life hacks and life skills for themselves. So if you want to manifest, you know, do some deep meditation and take practical steps. And yeah, because of the trine in the water signs, I intuitively know that Mama Earth is telling us now is the time to heal our emotions and think about how much we are consuming. Think about the waste that goes into the world. Think about the waste that goes on in the world, yet still there is so much poverty. People are going to start seeing rapidly and wanting to take action because of Uranus in Taurus. So instead of, you know, impulsively taking action when Aries was in Uranus, when Uranus was in Aries, we're going to start seeing an upsurge of people wanting to take grounded Taurian balanced action, looking at the beauty, actually acknowledging that we need, nature is beautiful and Mama Earth is beautiful, and then people are going to want to, you know, become more fixed in their own values and what they want to see in the world. So we're going to start seeing an upsurge of people prepared to live by their own values and practice what they preach. The yin feminine energy of each person will have an opportunity to connect with the Christ consciousness within them if they choose to rise above the aggression of the Uranus in Taurus, Mars in Aquarius square. Yeah, so with Neptune, the Sun, and Jupiter in the water signs, with that water sign there, the universe wants us to expand the way we think about things. Neptune in Pisces is asking us to look at the ways we undermine, sabotage and destroy ourselves via our addictions, subconscious thoughts, toxic relationships and repressed emotions. Jupiter in Scorpio is asking us to question how we view our emotions, how we handle intensity. People will begin to question their sessions, especially the ones that make them crave attention. People will begin to see that they must heal themselves first, realizing this is the only way, you know, that they can crave their inner yearning, sort of thing, you know. So yeah, after years of endless selfish consumerism and things that have, you know, left us none the wiser and more hungry for love and spirituality and groundedness and direction than ever before, people will come to see that only they can heal their inner voids. People are going to stop wanting to depend on relationships and, you know, that sort of thing, and see that we can't get what we ain't got. So people are going to want to love themselves so they can have loving relationships with others. With the Sun in Cancer, the rays of the universe is asking us to take a more with the rays of the Sun in Cancer, the universe is asking us to take a more compassionate look at others, the world, and especially ourselves, you know. So it's kind of like row, row, row your boat gently down the stream, merrily, 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 life is but a dream. So, you know, it's kind of like we're moving into an area of practical mysticism. People are going to want to see results, practicing practical spirituality, you know, practical business, practical politics, over airy fairy concepts, you know, over all fair coat and no knickers. People are actually going to want, you know, the real change, real action, real divinity, real consciousness, you know, real changes in their emotions. You know, people are going to start to see that, you know, there's no one healing approach. People have to do what the 7 billion people in the world, and the 7 billion, you know, ways to healing, because we're all unique. So each person is going to realise that they have to balance both these energies, the yin and the yang, within themselves, and that they can do it. So people are going to start seeing that they are whole within themselves. They just didn't realise it, sort of thing. So, you know, the divine feminine, you can say, begins in Cancer, and the divine masculine energy of Capricorn. Although, you know, Capricorn is a feminine side, it's cardinal energy, it's enterprising, domineering energy, you know, sort of thing, that has come to be, those traits have come to be known with yang energy. So, you know, Mother Earth is calling you home to the inner vibrations of her tunes. If you want to go to her, then do. Try not to get lost in thought, you know. Neptune in Pisces, the planet of illusion, deception and addiction. So, you know, if you're suffering from any of these, you know, try and get help, you know that the power, the will is within you. I know that it is hard, you know, but if you take small steps, whatever you can, your healing will come. So allow yourself to dream, but make room for practical things also, you know, because it's all about balancing your mind, body and soul. You know, keep a notebook handy so you can write down any inspiration, because like I said, you know, with the grand water trine, or with Jupiter expanding in Scorpio and stuff, all that energy, intuition is, you know, high, and it will be high. It's high now today when I'm recording this. It's going to be high all this month, so really tap into that, really use this energy. So make sure you keep self grounded this month. Don't get carried away in other people's wants and desires. Try and spend time in the stillness of your energy. Walk in nature, visit the beach or any large body of water, because you know, Cancer, it's all about the waters. So you know, take baths or showers to feel the cleansing benefits. So the theme of this eclipse, to sum up, is purification, illumination and practicality, and balancing your inner values, your mind, body and soul, your emotional, spiritual, physical, financial needs with your divine needs. So it's time to let go of the past. I know it can be hard, but it's time to start living life. And you know, this energy is really at the 20th degree, is bringing us that chance of social change, but not only social change, personal integration as well. So you know, it's about cutting ties with the bondage and chains of the dead rot of the past, realizing that the family are those you relate to and connect with, and that those people may not be your birth family and your childhood friends anymore. So yeah, to sum up on an individual level, to sum up on an individual and global level, the Cancer Capricorn axis, which is being kicked off with this new moon, well, not kicked off, but you know what I'm trying to say, refreshed with on an individual and global level, the Capricorn Cancer axis of events that are going to be taking place over the next 18 months is asking us to balance our consumerism with our emotions, our logical side with our creative side. It's asking us to stop being disassociated from our feelings, from what's really going on in the world. You know, like I said, people are gonna, you know, really take the rose-coloured glasses off, even those who thought they may have before, you know, because we are learning every day. We never know anything. We never truly do. We just know what we know at the time, really. So, you know, that's why we've got to be careful what we say is true and what's not. You know, some things are just, you know, opinion, and some things are truth, and it's all about finding that truth within you. And how you know truth is to know yourself. So you know, this energy is going to activate all north nodes as well, but especially going to activate those with the Cancer north node. So yeah, this is my take on the new moon. 12th of July. Thanks for watching.